Oh, wow. It happened way quicker than what I thought. What's good, you guys? It's your boy Randy Anderson here again with the Average Guy podcast on the Average Guy Studios. And today I got my boy Corey here with me. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be that 1-2 punch combo for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no biscuit for nobody today. But let's get this started, man. You guys know how we do it. We talk sports, we talk hot topics, and we get it off our chest. And we have a few things for you guys every now and then. So let's talk about the NFL. Tom Brady wants a pay raise. Do you think he deserves it? And do you think he needs it? Corey.
Ooh, Tom Brady with a pay raise.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a tough one. How much of a pay raise? How much of a pay raise is he looking for, and how many years of an extension does he want?
I think it's a 3-year extension, but they did not give the number.
Oh no,
they did not give the number.
You said a 3-year extension, though.
Yes, they said a 3-year extension, but they ain't say the number.
Yeah, it's time to move on.
So no, you don't think he deserves a pay raise?
I mean, he's worth it. He could very well give you 3 more competitive years. They could be right in the hunt, just like they are every year. But all it takes is one injury. He's trying to fight against Father Time, and it's undefeated.
Right.
So, yeah, man, 3 years. It's time to move on. If that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, I mean, unless something has changed. Hey, all I'm saying is, like you said, Father Time is undefeated, and it's just it's one hit. That's all it takes is one hit in the NFL, and it's a wrap for your hand, your finger, your leg, something. It's a wrap for you. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe he really deserves the pay, the extra money, even though I know he don't need that extra money. It's homeboy Trump, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I mean, he deserves that because he will take them to another playoff game, another 2 at least another 2.
So what's he gonna be? What 41 this year?
41, yep, 40, yeah, 40, yeah, about 41.
That's cutting it close. That's cutting it real close. All it takes is one good hit. Mm-hmm. I think they better have something in line. We'll see who they draft. I'm not sure who where they were positioned in the draft, but yeah, they're gonna have to get another quarterback, get somebody else in there, at least just in case, because they already got rid of Garoppolo, and that caused the whole big uproar, and we see that was that might have been a bad move right there, getting rid of Garoppolo. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they got like you were saying, they got 2 first-round draft picks this year. So I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do, but they did end up Tom Brady gave his blessings to one of the quarterbacks. One of the quarterbacks, I forgot what his name was, but he gave his blessing. He was like, "Yo, if we was to get a quarterback, we should look at this guy."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, if Tom Brady's giving him a look, that just raised his draft stock. I don't know if y'all get him."
Yeah, that's interesting. So it was one of the rookies, huh?
Yeah, it was the black dude. I know that's a blanket statement, guys.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it was him.
Really?
But I don't really watch college football like that, everybody. So I don't know a lot of names. But yeah, it was him. It was him.
Wow. We'll have to see.
Yeah, and I heard Johnny Manziel is trying to be like the backup quarterback to the Patriots. So I don't know what's going on until the draft this Thursday happens.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna know. We ain't gonna know nothing. It might be crazy. But speaking of the draft, the Cleveland Browns, I predict, will take, was it Saquon Barkley, the running back?
Yeah,
I believe the Browns will take him number 1 overall, and then they might trade down to get more draft picks.
Yeah.
But that's my prediction on the Browns. What's your prediction? What do you think?
So what they have the 1 and 4 pick, right?
Yeah, 1 and 4.
That's a tough one. I don't know. They could. There's a possibility they could trade up. They may want to trade up because they may not want to lose. There's a lot of quarterbacks that's in this draft. You got Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield. I've heard that they may go with Baker Mayfield number one.
Really?
Yeah. So so who knows? It's all dependent on what the teams. I'm not sure who comes in after them, but it's all dependent on who they pick up and if Barkley will still be around in the fourth spot. Because they say they're saying he's probably the best running back since Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, so, and that's big honors right there. So let's play a quick game real quick. Let's play GMs. All right, you the GM of the Cleveland Browns, and I'm a GM of the Cleveland Browns, and I'm gonna let you know what I would do, and you can let me know what you would do. So with this game, I am the GM of the Cleveland Browns, and we have the first and the fourth round pick. I am taking Saquon Barkley. I am taking a lower first round in two. If I can get at least 2 second-round draft picks from somebody, second round draft picks from somebody. If I could do that, I would get Saquon Barkley, and then I will work on my offensive line with those second-round picks. So I mean, because with that running game, because they already got a two running back set.
Yeah.
And they just got rid of one earlier this year. So, I mean, hey, fix up that offensive line. Y'all could be, dangerous with Tyrod Taylor in the back. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is not a bad quarterback. But what would you do, GM Corey of the Cleveland Browns?
That does sound good. That may be a good I'd probably go the same route because just in case the other quarterbacks get picked up. I think Tyrod Taylor's serviceable enough. He's proven he can win. That a combination, him, Saquon Barkley, man, that'll be a good combination. Plus the receivers. Who they get for receivers again? I forgot.
They got Jarvis Landry.
Who else?
Damn, I forgot his name. But they got Jarvis Landry. They got Ben Gordon. I said Ben Gordon. Gordon back.
They got back.
Yeah, they got him coming back. He's gonna be a monster. And then they got one more receiver. I forgot what his name was, but they got 3 stud receivers.
Yeah. It's all I like that one. They could trade down and get more picks out of that fourth round one. They building a lot, so it remains to be seen. I like that little combination: Tyrod Taylor, Saquon Barkley. That could work.
All right.
And with the AFC North, though, it's gonna be tough either way. You know,
we got to trust the process, like the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah. But all right, we're gonna continue with the draft real quick. Philadelphia Eagles are looking to trade up or trade down in the draft to get some second-round draft picks, and allegedly Kansas City might be making a trade with them. I don't know, but it's possible. Rumors been out there, and it was just happened today that the Eagles are looking to trade down to the second round, to the early second round, to get specialty picks. That's what they said on ESPN, and then somebody else told me that Kansas City is looking to trade up, and then I mean that could happen because the Andy Reid and the Philadelphia's coach. Hey, it could happen, y'all. So. Okay. Everybody knows that. Now, let's talk about playoffs. Let's talk about the playoffs, man. And before I start, hold on, guys. Corey, take over real quick. But hold on, This is for the Pelicans and Trailblazers. You know what I'm saying? They was. You know what I'm saying? They just had to get them out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it happened, yo. It happened. The Trailblazers lost, man. The Trailblazers lost. They got swept.
Swept them up.
That's crazy. Yo, Anthony Davis was not playing. Nikola Mirotic was not playing. Yo, they dropped 80 points for 2 people. Yeah. 2 people, they dropped 80. Yo, 41 was it 41 for Collins, and it was like 42 for Davis.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, they's not playing. Hey, well, so what's your thoughts on that? I know you caught it.
Yeah.
I know you caught it. So give us your outlook on it.
I didn't think it'd be a sweep. I thought we might get a couple games where Lillard and McCollum heat up, but they shut Lillard completely down. He was completely out of it, couldn't find his rhythm. He completely choked. But yeah, it's pretty much what I expected. I didn't believe that the Blazers had any answer for Anthony Davis at all. Rondo, we're gonna see playoff Rondo come back up. Drew Holiday completely slept on. And
Completely.
Mirotic's a baller. I'm not sure if people realize how good he was in Chicago. So I knew that was a weapon. Portland didn't have no answers for him. They were too tall for him.
Yep. And too long.
Too tall, too long. Defense everywhere. Yeah. They had two defensive guards that could match right up with Lillard and McCollum. So yeah, it was a complete mismatch all around the board.
And I didn't know this at first, but when Nikolai was on the chopper block from Chicago, New Orleans, they're not the head coach, but the owner. As soon as he heard that, he was like, "Yo, I don't care what y'all want, bring him over here." When I first heard that, I was like, "Whoa, really?" Like people was looking for him like that, but hey, I guess so, man. So shout out to Nikolai because he doing decent right now. I mean, he's been doing good in Chicago, but he's doing good right now.
That's a huge pickup.
So, like we was talking about playoffs. Let's talk about the OKC Thunder, man. Let's talk about them, yo. Is it wraps? Is it wraps, coach?
It's over.
It's over.
Call it a wrap. Yeah.
Man, Russell Westbrook, you know what I'm saying? He lost his cool. Both games. He lost his cool, and as soon as he lost his cool, it was a wrap.
Yep.
It was wraps. Paul George, I don't know what happened. Melo, we know he should be a six-man, but he's not going to take that six-man position.
Time for Melo to hang it up.
You think it's time for Melo to retire?
Time for Melo to hang it up. He don't have it nowhere. He's just wasting space out there, man. If the jump shot ain't going, what you got left? Shoot, it's corpse now. Shoot, he's just there for the vultures to pick him apart. You know what I'm saying? Westbrook got completely just out of control. He bowling into Rubio. Rubio played that perfectly. And Rubio played that perfectly. That was a horrible game plan because he wanted to shut down Rubio, but that's not what Rubio's game is based off of. He facilitates everything else that goes on, and if he happens to score, that's a plus, But that's a guy that you would that's one of the guys that you would actually want to shoot. But yeah,
T-Wolves is gonna be feeling sick right now, but we're gonna get into them in a minute.
Yeah.
Yo, all right. So, like we were talking about a couple podcasts ago, I don't know, man. Ben Simmons, but the runner-up, oh man, that boy's looking good, man.
Yeah.
So I guess somebody said he tied up a record with Michael Jordan and Kareem Olajuwon or something like that.
Yeah.
I said, wait, what? For a rookie? All right, young man rumble.
The most points to his first four playoff games, first four playoff games.
Yeah, man. Oh, my bad. I'm about to try to add Lauren in real quick. So yeah, continue on what you was gonna say with there.
Oh no, he was. I think he was number four on the list for the most points for a rookie in his first four playoff games. And yeah, he's amazing. Donovan Mitchell's amazing, man. He's a future. I mean, he's a star now. And barring that injury, hopefully injury don't happen to anything.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna be around for years to come, man. He's proven all year that he's clutch down the stretch, and he's done the same thing this series, man. Oklahoma City, man, they're completely done, man. Utah just has too many weapons, from Donovan Mitchell to Joe Ingles, Rudy Gobert guarding that paint. So you're not getting, once you get past the the first defense, you get to that paint, man. You got to deal with Gobert and them long arms, man. Yeah, so they just got too much for him, and then Rubio facilitating everything, and yeah, it's over for them. They might stretch it. They might stretch it to 6 games, but
you gonna give him 6?
Yeah, I give him 6. I think Oklahoma City will come out and win Game 5, and then Utah will finish it in 6.
Okay. All right. So like you said on Facebook, the triple double. Do you think it's overrated?
Yes.
Please explain why.
Very overrated. He's got guys that are basically out here. They're going out of their. They're not running any offensive sets. Mm-hmm. They're dribbling out the shot clock, trying to search for assists, points. They're abandoning their defensive assignments to go for rebounds. I see Westbrook doing that a lot. Also, stealing rebounds from his own teammates. Jordan and Kobe could have got triple doubles easily if they wanted to. The triangle offense doesn't allow for that. They have to play within the offense, keep the ball moving. The same way you see Philadelphia consistently, they have him moving. Ben Simmons, I believe his triple doubles are more legit because I don't see him dribbling around or anything. He gets that ball moving. He gets the ball, in rotation.
Right.
Oklahoma City Thunder, you got Westbrook averaging a triple double, and he's at top of the league in assists, but his team is 29th total for team assists. So there's hardly any ball movement outside of what Westbrook's doing. So he's the triple double. It slows down the offense, just shuts down the whole rotation. You can't get any of the other guys really in the rhythm because you're being ball dominant, basically what LeBron does also. But I think LeBron's more of a master at it. It's just, because they've been to the finals. So he's off of it. But they could be better. They could be better. I think LeBron is more dealing with the personnel that he has. The way LeBron plays, his personnel is set up like that. Westbrook just kills the whole team. I think they could get a lot more out of the guys that they have.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Russell is alpha who wants to get his points by any means. So I don't know, man. Like like you said, the triple double is overrated because everybody's trying to do it now.
Yeah,
it's cool to do a triple double now, and like it used to be. I don't know how. I know how some people be like, oh, that's nothing, but it used to be a mystique to the triple double. Yeah. Now, after Russell damn near did it 2 years in a row, it's really not that much of a mystique anymore.
No.
So I mean, it's overrated.
Then it's easier for the guards to get rebounds now because everybody's taking so many 3-point shots now. So it's that calls for longer rebounds. The ball's bouncing out farther. So that allows the guard to get their rebound stats up. So it's a completely different game. It's a completely overrated stat. I don't believe it's the same as it was back then. And I think Kobe and Jordan could have averaged a triple double in the season if they wanted to, but that wouldn't not have been conducive to them winning. So,
especially Kobe, Jordan back in the day, these younger days.
Yeah, Jordan came close.
You said what?
I think Jordan's best season he had averaging about 35, about 8 and 8, if I believe right. I think about 89. We talking about triple doubles right now, Lauren. Is triple. I said the triple double is overrated today.
I wouldn't say it's overrated. What I will say is that if it doesn't help the team, you have to figure out how to get everybody else involved in the game. Like, I feel like that's the problem with Russell Westbrook's game. That he, it doesn't matter he was just, you're kind of seeing Russell Westbrook without KD. And you're seeing him for the player that he is. Like, you see where KD kind of built him out by kind of being that other guy that could get his own shot. And so now, he's stuffing stats and it's great. And it's historic. He's right when he said, if you don't want the ball, I'm gonna go get it. That's why I'm getting my points. But he's gotta learn how to be a true point guard, or this is kind of what you're always gonna see, is just this, him getting stuffing stats, getting points, rebounds, assists, but his team not being good. Now, there is one person that I actually would almost point the finger at. I'll say as much. I won't say more, but I'll say as much, and that's Billy Donovan. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just not he's kind of in the same category as Tyronn Lue, where he's got these superstars, but he doesn't know how to coach them.
Yeah.
And so, Corey, I know you and I kind of talked about this. One thing that I loved about Phil Jackson, when Phil Jackson's in his heyday with Chicago, when he was in his heyday in LA, he held his stars accountable. Like, that was what made them win, was he said, you can be as great as you want to be, but if you don't get your other teammates involved, we're not going to win. Like, you have to figure that out. That's what clicked with Jordan. You know what I'm saying? When Kobe was by himself after Shaq, that's what clicked with Kobe, is they bought into the fact that as good as they were, it's still a team sport. Russell Westbrook has to do that same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, man, let's talk about the deciding. No, I want to first, before we get off, I want to first give a shout out to Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose looked like he went in the time machine and the rose had bloomed, man. I was like, oh, is my boy back? I was like, oh, snap, that's crazy. I think Rose might be back. And then they got that W. They got that one W, and then they lost. And I was like, oh, all right, James Harden.
50 points in the third quarter alone.
I couldn't do nothing but like, wow.
That's crazy.
I was like, yo. Crazy.
And that's on tips.
Yeah.
That's on tips.
Yeah.
That was rough, man. That was rough.
Karl Anthony Towns has been exposed this series. He's got a lot of work to do. He's I still believe he's a great talent. He's not all that he's been hyped up to be for me, and so I wasn't surprised at his output this series. But yeah, man, that was crazy, man. That game 4, man.
The person I was looking forward to actually putting up some points besides Karl Anthony Towns was Wiggins.
Yeah,
honestly, because he's supposed to be that scoring guard. You know what I'm saying? Or no? Is he? Yeah, he's playing the guard position, or is that Jimmy? Because I know they switch.
Wiggins is that small forward,
so he's a small forward. So I would think he would be the one that would be helping, like taking some of the load off of Butler. And that's it, Butler.
Coaching.
High usage rate and not enough production.
Right.
He's taking he's fallen off since last year. He wasn't putting up the same numbers as last year, and his field goal percentage went down. So Wiggins has been struggling too all year.
Yeah.
I want to see Minnesota's an interesting team because I'm not sure that the pieces fit, but they've only been together for one season. So, you got to kind of let it play out. because Wiggins is one of those players that has the potential to be great, but again, you know what I'm saying, not pushed. And this goes back to, I mean, I remember when I watched him in KU, and you know, he played when he wanted to play, and then he took plays off.
Yeah.
And so, you know, he's that basically has followed him to the NBA, you know. And I think here's kind of an interesting thought. Follow me on this.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey man, it's me and Kyrie. It's gonna be me and Kyrie, you know. And then all of a sudden he's traded for Kevin Love, you know. And so the type of player that Wiggins needs like a bodyguard almost. Like he's a skilled player, but he's super quiet, you know, super withdrawn, you know, from the public. And so he kind of needs that bodyguard. And he went to Minnesota where they was anticipating that he was gonna be the man. He wasn't ready for that. And then now you say, okay, we're gonna give you the keys. Oh, hold on. We're gonna go get Jimmy and we're gonna give Jimmy the keys. And then you just kind of find your role again. And so he's never been able to find his role within a team. You know,
Okay.
am I the man? Am I not the man? You know, am I the second option? Am I the third option? You know, I mean, you know, Jimmy gonna demand that basketball. You know what I'm saying? But then you got Karl Anthony Towns, who's a skilled big man. You know, he's still raw, but he's got skills. He's got a skill set, you know. And so Wiggins goes back to being that third option. If Tibbs can get his buy-in, this is what's going to be key to them next year. If Tibbs can get Wiggins' buy-in on defense, he can be a monster. He's got the length. He's got the speed to play 1 through 4. I wouldn't give him 5, but he can guard 1 through 4. But he's got to buy into playing defense every single night, not taking plays off. Like Wiggins, here, I'm gonna give you what Wiggins could be if he worked his ass off. Wiggins could be Scottie Pippen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wiggins could be Scottie Pippen, a good enough scorer to take over when he wants to, but a lockdown defender. Because Wiggins came in the league, and that was what they thought he was going to be, was a defender. A perimeter defender that could go out on a wing if he needed to and was long enough to block shots in the paint. But then things change. And so he just don't know his role. They need to figure out how to define his role. And once they define his role, I think you'll see a different Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, I definitely see where you can say that. I definitely can see that. Yeah, you're right. I'm getting that to you. I could definitely get that one to you. Damn, yeah. That would be crazy. 2 lockdown defenders?
Yeah.
At the 2 and the 3?
Right. Right.
That would be scary.
Wow.
Okay.
Who's playing a point for Minnesota?
You said what, Corey?
I said get a full season with Butler. The full season with Butler in, and
who plays the point in Minnesota?
Derrick Rose plays it in not Marcus. Is it Marcus Teague? Well, Marcus Teague. Marcus Teague is in Minnesota.
Oh, Jeff Teague.
Or Jeff Teague, not Marcus. Marcus is the brother, the younger brother. That's right. Yeah.
That's interesting. I would. This is, you know, who would have came in handy right about now?
Rubio.
Yep.
We was talking about that.
Yeah, Rubio would have came in handy right now because he don't need a shot, but he could be out there facilitating because Teague is not a facilitator.
No.
He's an average point guard. Is what Jeff Teague is.
Okay. Yeah. All right, man. Let's move over to the Spurs game. Spurs got a W. Congratulations to the Spurs. They got a dub. They got the dub against the Warriors. Even though the Warriors should have just won, honestly, this might be a hot take here, but I feel the Warriors just gave that one to them. They was like, yo, just it's child. I know it might seem childish, but y'all down right now. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, take that one. Y'all got the dub. Y'all got the W. Y'all got the W. It's cool.
Corey, you with that one? You with that one?
I'm with it. Yeah,
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. That's kind of where the brotherhood of the NBA comes in. They're like, hey, look, man, man's wife just died, man. He needs some type of boost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, and I'm sure that everybody on the Spurs is like, man, fuck y'all.
I know
like we really worked hard to get that win. Now, if they win the next game, then I'll take my statement back. But I don't think they're gonna win it.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be a massacre. It's gonna be a fucking blowout.
It's not gonna be a blowout. One thing I will give the Spurs credit for is that they do come to play. They're just overmatched. It's that simple. It's just overmatched. So I'll say that with 4 minutes left in the game, that's about when the Spurs will lose it. 4 minutes left in the game.
Okay. Well, I like it. But yeah. All right. Now what was you gonna say?
I say the third quarter. Third quarter is going to be out of hand. That's when the blowout time. They're gonna put them away.
Hey, I mean, all they gotta have is one of them nights where everybody goes nuclear and it's a wrap. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. All right, let's move over to the Cavaliers in the Pacers game, yo. Now let's talk about that. How the game that is now tied 2-2, 2 games apiece.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about LeBron James and the quote unquote, like, let's just talk about the rough play that was happening. Let's just talk about that. What did you guys think about the rough play that was happening and going down?
I love it.
Playoff basketball?
I love it. You know, they've been letting the referees have been letting the players go a little bit this year, trying to bring some of the entertainment back. So yeah, I'm loving it. Lance Stephen is a damn fool, but entertaining nonetheless. Yeah, man. It's been a good series, man. I like this series, man. LeBron came to play, man, but Kyle Korver saved him, man. They need to buy him a big dinner, man. Kyle Korver may have saved this season. I think they'll finish him off. Within the next couple games, but I could be wrong. I think what it comes down for Cleveland is just finishing the game. They're basically running off of how LeBron plays. LeBron comes to play the first 3 quarters and then fourth quarter, and he came with it last fourth quarter. But you know, normally it's the first 3 quarters, then fourth quarter he kind of slows down, and that's what they've been doing. They've had these big leads. I think about 3 out of the 4 games they've had a big league, and Indiana's awesome each time. So yeah, it's about sustaining those leads. They go on those long droughts, and they're gonna have to figure out a way. I don't know, get Clarkson to one of them guys, Rodney Hood, man. It's gonna be over second round. They'll get out of this one, but second round, man, when they hit Toronto, I think it might be a wrap, man. I don't think they got enough.
Well, we're gonna talk about that team next. Lauren, it's on you.
Let's have some fun. Okay, Cleveland, Indiana's going 7. It's going 7.
Excusez-moi.
It's going 7. I really do believe that, and it's not because Indiana's that good. Cleveland hasn't figured out how to win. They haven't figured out how to win. It's crazy to me how much the rest of their squad, outside of, Kyle Korver do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, big ups to Kyle Korver, you know what I'm saying? God rest his brother soul. Kyle Korver do his thing. Kevin Love, I said this at the beginning of the season when the whole thing came up with Kyrie. Mm-hmm. Get rid of Kevin Love and keep Kyrie. Find a trade partner for Kevin Love. Get rid of Kyrie. I don't care if you get non-offensive players. Get 2 defensive players, but Kevin Love, he's not a second option. I think you see that now that Kyrie's gone. Kevin Love is a third option, and part of it is the offense. Like I think he would flourish more in an offense where, he could play inside out, and part of that's on Tyronn Lue. You know? And part of that's on Lue for not putting the team. Like the offense is just it's all LeBron do what you do, find an open man, and that's just not effective offense. That's why they're having so many struggles. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I believe it's gonna go 7, only because Cleveland can't figure out how to close the game out, and so they're gonna rely on LeBron. But when we get to Toronto, Washington, yeah, I'm ready for that one.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't put all the blame on Tyronn Lue, like what you were saying, but I have to put most of the blame on LeBron because LeBron wants him to shoot. He wants him to shoot and sometimes get rebounds. That's it.
You talking about Kevin Love?
Yes, yeah, for Kevin Love. Yeah. That's what LeBron wants.
Well, so here, and I've been saying this for a really, really long time. A really, really long time. Tyronn Lue needs to send a message to LeBron James. I'm the coach. You play. You're great, but you have to respect me as the coach of this team. Game one. LeBron started jacking up threes. If I'm Tyronn Lue, go sit on the bench, man. For real, go sit on the bench. Phil Jackson did it to Michael Jordan. Did it to Michael Jordan. He said, you want to play hero ball, go sit your butt on the bench. Jordan said that was his wake-up call. Tyronn Lue is just... I'm sorry. Tyronn Lue, man, you from Kansas City, man. Come on, you gotta show up and show out. You're not qualified for this job. Sorry.
I mean, that's why LeBron's the coach. But I mean, I don't know if you guys seen that picture where Tyronn Lue was literally on the outskirts of everybody huddled around LeBron talking about the play. I was like, that's childish.
That summed up everything right there.
Mm-hmm.
That summed up everything.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the next game. The Toronto Raptors versus the Washington Wizards. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if somebody put some voodoo or I was about to say some roots. Somebody, twitch their little magical wand. John Wall looked like he back. John Wall, Bradley Beal look like they might be clicking right now. So let's talk about this game. Go ahead, Lauren. I'll let you go first.
Hey, man. Yeah, I might not like what's getting ready to come out of my mouth.
Oh, time to turn on the oven.
Watch yourself.
What? About to get hot.
I think Washington got the series.
Man.
I think Washington got this series, man. Here's why I say it. Watch the last 2 seasons. What does Toronto do the first 2 games? In most cases, they ball out.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, something happens. And it's not like the ball's stopping because the ball's moving. They have great ball movement, but something happens in that third game where they just start to fall asleep for some odd reason. And then by the time they wake back up, it's too late. And so, yeah, I think they had no business, absolutely no business as the number 1 seed in the East, letting Washington, the 8th seed, come back and tie the series. I think they lost control of it. I think that Washington is going to win the series in 7.
Ooh, all right. Corey, you up next.
Well, I completely disagree. I believe we've seen this. We've seen this movie before. What we're seeing is just the typical Washington Wizards. They were sitting in the 8th seed. They basically got a 4 to 5 seed, really, because they've been sitting in the 8th seed because John Wall has been gone a big portion of the season. So they got really a tougher team. They got a tough 8th seed. And Washington, man, in a series, man, that's a tough team to beat with all the weapons they got. And they always come on. They always come on at home. So yeah, it's what Washington's done the past few seasons. They always win at home. Wall and Bill always get everything going. Got Marquise Morris, Gortat, Kelly Oubre coming off the bench. Otto Porter, he's automatic. But watch when they hit that road, though. That's when it's two different teams. So it's two different teams. You're gonna see DeRozan and Lowry gonna do what they do, and then the supporting guys are gonna make it happen. If it goes, I believe the home team will win every game in this series the rest of the way. It's what Washington does every time, and then they'll drop game 7, and then we'll be able to move on to the next one. Cleveland versus once Cleveland gets rid of Indiana in 6. Yeah. Moving on to that, and we'll watch the downfall of King James and see where he goes from there. But yeah, don't be alarmed. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Stay away from the Kool-Aid.
Look though. Feel me on this though. Feel me on it. Me. Washington, right? Washington actually has a better record against the top 4 teams in the East than they do against every other team in the East.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that you have to watch that anomaly closely, because they play good to the top tier competition, and then the rest of the competition they just go to sleep. And Toronto, I just can't trust them. Like, I wish I could, but I can't trust them. And so, just seeing the way that, Washington closed out a game without Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
They closed out a game without Bradley Beal, and God, Bradley Beal is cold, man. So, yeah, I can't trust Toronto. I'm sorry. And Drake need to stay at home. Just stay at home, Drake. You messing it up for everybody.
He gonna be there. He's a national ambassador for Toronto. I'm sorry, man. I'm not giving it to Washington. It's looking great right now, but I just see a slip, and when that slip happens, nobody's coming back.
It could happen.
Because John Wall is still rusty, even though he had an amazing game the other night. Still rusty.
He dropped that. Who he dropped that yammy on? No, who was that?
I don't know who he dunked on.
Did you see that, Corey? He put I think it was whoever they center is, Valanciunas. That's who it is.
Oh, he yammed on Valis?
I remember that, yeah.
He yammied on him something nasty. It was nasty. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find that clip and then drop it in here.
Giannis dunk.
I didn't see the Giannis dunk.
Oh, nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Was you saying something?
No. I was just saying that's nasty.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's jump to the hot topics today. And right now, I want to first start by saying I want to congratulate a real live hero, James Smith. I think he's a junior. I want to say junior. So if I'm wrong, correct me, guys. But I want to thank him for saving shit. It was the massacre. Well, not a massacre, but it was a shooting, and it killed. Was it 5 people or 4 people?
Are you talking about butt naked?
Yeah, butt naked. But yeah, he the guy ended up wounding a lot of people and then killing like 4 or 5 people. But one dude, the flight or fight. Wow, your boy can't talk. Kicked in and he chose the fight, and all I can say is, man, a lot of people wouldn't have did that. A lot of people would have stayed hidden somewhere. He's like, yo, fuck it. If I'm dying fighting. And like, I can't do nothing but send that dude nothing but like my best, man. I'm glad he survived and everything else. But I'm gonna talk about that fuck boy later and what all is going on with this other bullshit in a little bit. But you guys can go first. What is you guys' thoughts on this whole Waffle House fiasco?
Waffle House. So weird. It's so weird to hear that, man. A shooting at Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Mass shooting at Waffle House. Now, I mean, it's the world we live in. You know, I mean, Corey, we referenced to this earlier when we was talking about the little caption that you posted about J. Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to speak about that too.
Yeah. So people are so starved for attention that they'll do anything to get it. You know, and so I think a lot of these, you know, shootings are people starving for attention. You know, whether they going through pain or they just know that that's how you get on the news is to do something crazy. Because I mean, who butt naked for real? Like, come on.
Come on. Name this episode.
Right. That's what you're gonna do. So look, man, it sucks, man, because I mean, I'm just folks trying to go out and get some breakfast for dinner and folks is firing, you know, and it's awful, man. I mean, people gonna look. The NRA is loving this right now.
Oh yeah,
because this is what makes people want to go out and arm themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to die. You know, and so, man, it's crazy. Now the dude that reacted, I mean, you know, good for him. You know what I'm saying? He's a hero. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I say I wouldn't encourage it if it was like one of my kids or something like that. Like, protect yourself. But you know, I mean, what you do in the heat of the moment, I mean, a lot of times you forget anything somebody really ever told you. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of react, you know, to the thought of, oh, I don't want to die today. And, you know, maybe I can protect some other people. So, you know, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he definitely needs, you know, I'm not saying he needs to be rewarded by any stretch of the imagination because he made a choice. But he does need to be recognized and heralded for, you know, what he did to save all those other people. Definitely.
Yeah, he does. Corey, you up?
He's a hero. Yeah, he hadn't made that split decision, and shoot, that Waffle House is small as hell, so it could have been the whole damn place knocked off. Yeah, he's a hero. I did hear one of his interviews. I need him to quit the apologizing.
I need to apologize about
everything. I don't know what that's about. You know, they love to see a nigga up there apologizing and all that. Yeah, but
what are you apologizing about? If you remember,
he was apologizing for the shooter. He was apologizing for the actions of the shooter. I'm like, my nigga, you ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he probably was just trying to find the words. He may have been just been trying to find the words to say in the moment. You know, just came through. That's a tough moment, and it's tough to get your wrap your head around. Shoot, I done been in moments like that before. So just like that situation. So it's something that you gotta. It's gonna take a little while to, you know, get around, you know, just wrapping your head around, you know, you think at the moment it's a quick decision. So, you know, in that moment you like, hey, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a die going down. So yeah, it's like that, man. But the dad needs to be held responsible for
as
this.
Well.
Yeah, dad needs to be responsible for this. They need to sue that family for every penny that they got. I really don't know the details how the guns even got returned. I don't know if there's some type of law or anything where that was able to happen. Those guns should have been confiscated from him. He was having all of those run-ins with the law. They knew that he was mentally insane, and they still gave him gave his family the guns back. Then the dad gives it right back to the son. This whole thing could have been prevented. Very preventable, but you know.
Sandy Hook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sandy Hook.
The dude, the was it the movie theater killer dude? I forgot whatever his name is. The dude with the crazy ass hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like orange hair. That dude, man. And like this will be my get it off my chest. But it's stuff like this that like irritates me. Like, dude was missing for what, 24 hours, 48 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And we can't find him. Oh, we can't find him. But when we find him, he's locked up. You know what I'm saying? He's got handcuffs on him. His face is fine. You know what I'm saying? He's not walking with a limp. He's not doing none of that. He's not shot. After he killed people, he's just a disturbed young man. Bro, like honestly, miss me with all that. Like people, like this is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you come at me with, he was disturbed, like miss me with that, bro. Because if he was my color, if he was black, you know what I'm saying? If he was darker than my hue right now, even though I look light as shit on the camera because I got a light right there, so I'm a little bit darker than what I look. But yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just, I would be dead, bro. Like, if that was me, if I was to go into a Caucasian place, I was going to say White Castle, but no. If I was to go, fuck it. If I was to go into a White Castle, an all White Castle, and go, you know what I'm saying, and dip off, butt ass naked.
They would lit you up like a Christmas tree.
Thank you, out of it. We top 5 news. Guy that shot up the White House, White Castle. The guy that shot up the White Castle is now locked up has been found dead.
Yeah.
Come on now. Where's the same energy? I need y'all to come with the same energy that y'all treat us. He's a terrorist. Honestly, if you want to think about it, he is a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to get off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Dude's a terrorist. He needs to be treated like a terrorist. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He killed 4 or 5 people. I'm just saying, if he don't come up missing, because old dude that shot everybody in the church, he's still alive. He bought that motherfucker Burger King. Oh, we found you. We're gonna give you some Burger King. You happy, little boy? Yeah. Yeah, little boy, yeah. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Anything else?
Here's what I'll say, man, because I know you was gonna go there. I knew you was gonna go there. Here's what I'll say about the whole mentally disturbed thing. You know, it's true. It's just not an excuse. I think that's kind of how we have to look at it. You know, acknowledge it. Just don't let it be the excuse that we allow that person to get away with what they did. Because the truth of the matter is, like, anybody that's going out and doing these mass shootings like this is mentally disturbed. It's just a fact. The problem is the way that the law is set up now, you know, we can't prosecute the way we need to, you know, because they get to use that excuse. It shouldn't be a get out of jail free card is what I'm trying to say. Right. You know, you still have to face the noise and things of that nature. You should still have to serve time. You know, if we get you help while you're incarcerated for whatever you're going through, cool. But you still need to face the consequences. And I'm just gonna say one more thing, then I'll leave it alone. We wouldn't do that. Sorry. we just wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and did you peep that? I don't know if you didn't see the interview. Y'all saw the interview right afterwards that I was talking about where he was apologizing. He made it a point. I found that weird because that was one of the first things that he was saying. He was saying he made it a point to say, oh, this isn't something, you know, it's just something that people do, that crazy people too. I wouldn't put it. And he was kind of leading toward, I was like, please don't say race. And it finally came out of his damn mouth. He said it's nothing that race or anything, or gender or anything. And I was like, oh man, here he goes. So I don't know if they coaxed him into saying that shit or not, you know.
That all out the matter stuff.
Yeah, man. You don't see too many brothers, man. You don't see no brothers doing no shit like that, man.
No.
Even with the DC sniper, man. Even with the DC sniper. That fool, he had a method. He was crazy than a motherfucker, but his method was he was trying to knock off a bunch of cats so he could get his wife, and it'll look like his wife got caught in the crossfire and everything. So, yeah, man, it's as far as what I've witnessed, I ain't seen no niggas just going in the spot just spraying up a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just sprayed up whole spots, but it was meant for somebody.
Yeah, somebody
in that spot, and that's
with the intent on killing every motherfucking body in the place, man. Nah.
Yeah, man. Well, talking about mental states, let's talk about Kanye West and all his. Did you guys see any of his tweets, his cryptic tweets?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Kanye. See, every time I go up to bat for Kanye, he always fucks it up. Every time. I hate it so much. I'm like, yo, Kanye, I believe in you this time. You know what I'm saying? I got you. If anybody saying anything, boom, now you come out with all this, and I'm like, bruh, I can't defend you saying that you fuck with Trump. I can't defend you for saying some shit like that on national radio. They set your ass up. I know, but I can't defend you. You know what I'm saying? Like every time. But go ahead, guys.
I don't have a problem with him. You know, I don't fuck with Trump. I don't have a problem with him if he does, because there's a lot of cats out here that fuck with Trump. Kanye's just crazy. This could be before the album. He said he's got an album coming out now, so there you go. There you go right there. This is all, you know, the crazy publicity. Kanye's been doing this crazy shit for years. We want him to snap out of it, but Kanye's in the sunken place, man. He's been there, man. As far as him liking Trump, too, there's a lot of artists. You know, 50 Cent voted for Trump. He's a Trump supporter. There's a lot of Trump supporters out here because, you know, it benefits them. It benefits their pockets and everything. So, you know, I ain't mad at them. I don't fuck with Trump, and you know, I got my reasons. I don't rock with neither side, Democrat nor Republican. But you know, nowadays we're forced to pick a side.
Yeah. Lauren. The quietness told me everything.
It's 50 Cent even? He's not even a registered voter. He just talked too much.
Some shit to stir it up.
Yeah, I ain't fooling with 50. Yay to the. I have an interesting take on Kanye after all this stuff that he's done over the last, week or so. Yay is just toying with us.
Really?
Yay is just toying with us. Why? Because we fall for it. We fall for it. Every single time we fall for it. Like, Ye sitting back in the cut. Because Ye is an intelligent dude. He's a very intelligent, savvy dude. And this is how you get attention. You say off the wall crazy stuff. So that, like, all he's doing is what's going to get him the attention. All he's doing is, he's just being himself, man. Like, our artists do this. Like, 50 is the king of controversy. He just be saying stuff. he just be saying stuff just to be saying it. So I feel like Kanye just falls in that same boat. I know the people gonna fall hook, line, and sinker for anything I say. You know, Kanye could come out tomorrow and be like, you know, I think Martin Luther King was the greatest person ever to walk the face of this earth. And then all of a sudden, Kanye becomes this great guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, Kanye gets it now. Oh my, yes, God's will. Yes. And we just gonna fall for it. So I don't knock Kanye for what he's doing. Like, I mean, Kanye has, I mean, check this out, man. Check this out. Kanye is produced what's day and night dude's name again?
Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. He's got his own thing. And now he produced Nas' album.
Yeah, I was gonna bring it up. Yeah.
So I mean, who cares at this point? Seriously, who cares? Like, I separate the artist from the person because you have to. You have to. Otherwise, most of these artists you think are just crazy as hell. But they use all this propaganda because propaganda sells. And you can't knock them for it. You know, ain't no different than Trump. Trump is using the propaganda to get his initiative across. Like, he don't care about nobody but himself. You know what I'm saying? You know, Trump would tell you, if you sat down with Trump with a bottle of scotch and was like, man, let's just talk face to face, man to man. Trump will tell you, I ain't think I was gonna make it to the primaries. I was just playing around to try to get some attention, man. You know, I'm trying to, have everybody ignore all this other stuff. So I was just trying to get attention. And then I guarantee you at 4:30 that morning when they called him was like, you won. He was like, man, stop playing like for real. You know what I'm saying? You know. They not gonna sue Trump. They not gonna sue Trump University. That's what you tell me. Nah, man, he the president of the United States.
Millennia. I won. I can't believe it.
Right.
Yes.
Nah, man. You know, I'm not falling for the Kanye. I'm not falling for the Kanye. If I get the Nas album and I look for the credits and it say Kanye West, great. Love it, Kanye. I'm not falling for his shenanigans, man, because that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to fall for his shenanigans and garner all that attention, and I'm not falling for it. I just wait for the albums to drop. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah.
All right. Man, all I'm saying is
run into another stop sign.
My guy, if you got to get back on your meds, get back on your meds, man. I guess so. All right, and more hip hop news. I really wanted to ask you guys. This guy on this dude, he did a Vlad interview a year or two ago, and he was talking about the producers are the reason why hip hop is what it is right now. The producers, and I know you guys are very fluent in music. And I would love to get you guys' opinions on this. So, whoever wants to go first, you go ahead and go first.
100% correct. The producers are the music today. They produce the whole sound, the whole editing process, the noise, the auto tune these guys have. 98% of these guys have no talent at all. And even with what the producers bring and the way they structure the track, the guys offbeat, they just mumbling a bunch of words. It's the people fall in love with the beat. As long as, man, a guy could be saying anything, man, and as long as it's got a great beat to it, shit, man, they own it, man. So it's 100% the producers nowadays, man.
And okay, before I let Lauren go, the dude's name was Russ, and I guess he's a hip hop artist. So yeah. I want to play the little clip real quick.
Just instead of rappers for whack songs. People think that you blame the rappers for the state of hip hop. Rappers are not making the music. You got to blame the producers. Producers are making whack shit. If all I do is rap, I'm a vocalist, and a producer sends me a pack of 20 beats and they're all whack and they all sound the same, I'm just fucked. I gotta pick the best of the worst. Not the rapper's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to the beats. Because look who is holding down hip hop. Dre, Scott Storch, Timbaland, Pharrell, Just Blaze, Swiss Beats. There were so many dope, like, making dope, real fucking hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real dope music shit. And, like, they kind of just fell back. You know what I'm saying? For, like, their own.
So, yeah, that was the little interview. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Really. Could you guys hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay. All right, and I'm going to let you go ahead and go, Lauren. As a 16.
How would, just one thing, how would it be the producer's fault? The rappers are making the beat choice.
That's very true.
Okay, so Russ. Okay. What do I talk about with superstar players and coaches, right?
Okay.
The coach has to demand shit from his superstar, right?
True.
As an artist, if you not getting good beats, go find another producer. Do that. Do yourself a favor. Go find another producer. Number 2, there is a marriage between a producer and the vocal artist. There is a marriage there, okay? As an artist, if I go into the studio, my expectation is that my producer is checking me just as much as I'm checking him. Now, part of the issue is a lot of these artists these days just don't know nothing about music, like Corey said. They don't know anything about music. You know what I'm saying? They just getting up there. You know what I'm saying? You know, saying whatever they want to say because people do fall in love with the beat. People are hypnotized with the beat. If you play a beat, play any Biggie track without any words, you know it's Biggie, right?
Right.
But what do? You become Biggie and you rap his lyrics. Why? Because there was something about what he said that clicked in your head and made you memorize what he was saying. Right. So, you know, I'm not saying that the producers don't have not played a role, because they play a major role in the shape of what hip hop is right now. But for an artist to say that it's more the producer than the artist, I'm sorry. The beat's still cold. Your lyrics just suck. So it's not the soundtrack. If you Scott Storch, really? When
he said that, I lost all credibility.
And Scott Storch is cold, like for real. Scott Storch is a cold ass producer. You know what I'm saying?
2000 what?
No.
2010.
Storch is still producing stuff. And that's my point. You want to put this all on the producer? Ain't nobody talking about Scott Storch.
Right.
We talking about Drake. Drake ain't make no beats.
Nope.
We talking about Kendrick Lamar. More than we talking about Dre made that album or whoever produced it. We talking about the artists.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the artists provide the sound, the producers provide the soundtrack. But you pick the beat. So if you didn't like it, be like, no, I don't like that one. And if you get 20 bad beats, then you better ask for 20 more.
Yeah, true.
You know, or get another producer. So I mean, I'm not saying that the dude doesn't have any credibility. I see the angle in which he was going with, but he should have clarified, you know, put it into a number. You know, it's 50% artist, 50% producer. Like, put it to a number, because for you as an artist to take no responsibility for bad music, shame on you. You shouldn't be an artist. You shouldn't be an artist if you're not gonna take responsibility for putting out bad music. You know, and the game is 100% watered down. You hear these kids in these interviews talking about oh man, I'm just doing me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just like to pop mollies and just be with my crew, you know what I'm saying? Great.
Yeah.
Great. It doesn't surprise me when these cats is out here talking about all I do is pop molly that you hear.
They all saying the same phrases. They
Yeah.
they you just for clout, bro, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Saying words that niggas was saying back in the 2000s like it's new.
Yo, that's crazy.
Saying shit, saying shit like it's new. Like, man, we been using these words, man. These youngsters, they think they doing something new under the sun, but yeah,
man. Because going to that little thing. I remember shit when I was growing up, and we was using words, and like the old heads was like, you know, we used to use those words. No, you don't. Well, we the ones that made them. Now it's happening to us, and we like, at least me, I'm like, damn, I ain't heard that word. I don't know how long. What you talking about, boy? I just made that up. You didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah. No, it's awful, man. I mean, I say this all the time. The reason that you cats like Jay-Z, all these old heads that been in the game for 20 plus years. This is the reason that they haven't gone away, because there hasn't been enough artists to make them go away. There hasn't been enough artists to make them go away. Like, you got a few artists out here, you know what I'm saying, your Kendricks, your J. Cole's and things of that nature, but they have decided that, for the most part, they don't necessarily need the major limelight, But, I mean, I just think about, when cats like, DMX came on the scene, you know what I'm saying? Your Jigga came on the scene, Nas. They took the torch from somebody and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so all those dudes that came before then, they fell off because it was a natural path to the baton, And now, ain't nobody to really... The people that should take the baton don't want it. And the people that have taken the baton, for lack of better words, haven't earned it. And so, I mean, music goes through cycles, Hip hop is super corporate, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of the issue now. Hip hop is so corporate, whereas, hip hop back in the day was, I mean, it was Rage Against the Machine, you know what I'm saying? Everything was, fighting what was, currently, the status quo. The same with rock. When rock came out, you know what I'm saying? Rock was Rage Against the Machine, then they went corporate. And it just watered down the music, And that's just kind of how it works. Anytime that, it becomes more about the money than the art, it just gets watered down. And people just are more concerned about the dollars that it generates more so than anything else.
Okay.
Shame, all right, guys. Shame.
All right, y'all. One thing before I get it off our chest, I wanted to say Beyonce's ex-boyfriend has came out for no apparent reason to say that he had Beyonce. I don't know. That made no sense to me. I don't know where. I guess he's doing a press conference about it. But congratulations, woohoo! You lost in the long run, honestly.
Stick a pistol in his mouth and yeah.
Bang bang. You know what I mean?
Lord's work, please.
Yeah. And all right, you guys got anything? You guys have anything you have to get off your chest?
Y'all say you just guys, men of the world, man up. Yeah, you lost her. You might have had her for a couple months when she was, before. She really became the face of Destiny Child, but really, like, you gonna bring that up 20 years later, really?
She got 3 kids now, bro. She ain't worried about you.
I guess, man. I guess. Go ahead, little Ray. You cool. You cool, man. Get your claim to fame, man. You cool, brother. I appreciate you stepping up to the fence and saying before Jay-Z it was me. Nobody cares.
You got anything I gotta get off your chest? Good, bad, or indifferent?
Stay focused. Stay focused and turn the goddamn TV off. Well, I mean, no, tune in, stay up on everything, but decipher everything because they trying to get everybody riled up. The news, and it's usually always around this time, always around April. There's a lot of bullshit going on, shootings, racial drama. Usually, always, if you look through history, it's always throughout April for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, it's getting everybody riled up again. So I just stay focused, man. Stay spiritual, and yeah, keep pushing on. Don't let none of it throw you off your game. Yeah.
All right, Lauren.
Yo, yes, I do. I want to send a shout out to Tech Nine. I'm not a Tekanina fan, so to say. But Tech Nine did an interview where Tech Nine, was approached with the topic of racism, and why it'll never end. But he gave such an interesting perspective, and he said, the way you had to think about it is people fight for the things that they think are important to them. It's not that you're not important, you're just not as important as the things that are important to them. And so, and he made the point of, Dr. King and, when Malcolm came back from Mecca and understood that it really wasn't black and white, but it was more, socioeconomic, at least in their opinion, and how, and everybody says the same thing, you can't fight hate with hate, you got to fight it with love. And he definitely made reference to that, but he also understood very, very well that racism will never end, but it is incumbent upon us to keep talking about it and to keep fighting so that, for me, it's all about negative stuff being the minority, not the majority.
Mm-hmm.
Racism will never go away, but it doesn't have to take the forefront to, humanity. The issue is that we don't value life. That's why you have shootings. That's why you have race. So we don't value life. We only care about what we care about. And the rest of it is obsolete. It would be a little different if we cared about what we cared about, but we respect it. We don't have to agree. All you gotta do is respect it. And we haven't been able to figure that out and understand that this is not an issue that is only deep rooted in America. It is actually in some places worse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that to say that, well, since it's worse in other places, we should just kind of let it go? Absolutely not. But just have a firm understanding that America is not the only place where racism is an issue, where, I think you have more the same color of people in other countries. It's not as much as a melting pot in some capacities. So it's really hard to point the finger at racism. So you start talking about, social classes and things of that nature to really try to separate people.
Yeah.
I was in that moment, I was like, for this particular topic, I 2 thumbs up, Tech. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you this one. And so I definitely to the other two young moguls on this podcast, man. Everybody that's watching live and everybody that will watch this later, y'all need to keep eyes on these 2 young men because they going places in life. They will love your support. So definitely, y'all, we got to network. We got to grow because the only way it's going to work is if we network and build tunnels to where we all connected, to where we all grow and we all support each other. So if y'all haven't already done it, the Average Guy Studios, check it out. The Grits Media, check it out. We getting ready to go guerrilla with this. So if y'all ain't seen it, y'all getting ready to see it.
Big
Stay
facts.
tuned. Stay tuned.
And one more thing, what you saying about Tech Nine? He performs for the he performs with the Juggalos, the band of the Juggalos. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's pretty much just like a group. It's a big group, and it's mostly all white people, honestly. And for a few years, I remember him in an interview saying he was scared to go because there was a lot of racial stuff going towards him and his people. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't want to put his people through that, so he didn't go for a couple years. And then some of the Juggalos were mad. It's like, so why aren't you here anymore? And then like stuff started to cool down and stuff like that. But yeah, I understand what you was saying. Understand what he's talking about. And on that note, this is it for the Average Guy podcast on the Average Guy Studios. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank both of my co-hosts tonight, Corey and Lauren. And then, like Lauren said, Grit Sports Media, the Average Guy Studios on YouTube, the Average Guy Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you find your podcast. And man, we're growing out here. Without y'all, we can't be nothing. But with y'all, we could be damn near anything we need to be. And on that note, we out. Peace.